It's a victory for Chancellor Angela Merkel, who stared down opposition from the public and members of her own coalition. The German Bundestag has approved a new eurozone rescue package by a large majority. MPs voted to increase Germany's contribution to the bailout fund to almost $300 billion. And they approved an expansion of the fund's powers, allowing it to step in earlier when member nations get into trouble. Europe correspondent Philip Williams reports.
There was so much riding on this one vote in a single parliament. Support for the crumbling Greek economy, support for the eurozone bailout fund and support for Chancellor Angela Merkel, who has bet the political farm on this, and no doubt to her immense relief, she's won.
It was a strong statement of Angela Merkel's position as a German Chancellor. She has the backing and the support from the coalition partners. She is able to negotiate on European and international level the necessary arrangements.
But while the German lawmakers have said yes to the extended stability fund, the German people may not have come up with the same answer.
Well, Greece is bankrupt. It is not something we can save.
Germany cannot pay for everything. Just because we still have a prosperous economy, someone should now step on the brakes.
There are always a couple of rotten eggs. It's not a surprise to find out now that one or another country did not keep their house in order.
The German Taxpayers Association is certainly not impressed with what many see as an increasingly open-ended commitment to an essentially failed economic state. The president of the association, Karl-Heinz Dacke, says Greece can be helped, but only by payments of further whopping sums, rather than through its own measures. But there is some sympathy for the Greeks, a sense that the unity of Europe comes with responsibilities. Jeweller Heinz Rotholz says it probably would have been better without Greece, but now we have them, they're brothers, and if they ring the bell, we have to give them something to preserve the family ties. But just how far do you go bailing out the increasingly poor cousin of Europe? There's deep suspicion in Germany and beyond that the €440 billion stability fund will be leveraged to €2 trillion, with the Germans carrying the greatest burden. The immediate concern is releasing €8 billion for Greece. Officials from the International Monetary Fund, the European Central Bank and the European Union are in Athens today to check on the progress of the promised austerity package. What they find is a population in partial revolt against the cuts and tax rises. Here, Greek workers have occupied 7 ministries in protest against the government's actions. The sign reads, "For sale," but the Greek government says it has no alternative. Also strongly supporting the Greek government is the European Commission President Jose Manuel Barroso.
We need a truly community approach. We need to really integrate the euro area. We need to complete the monetary union with a real economic union.
His plan for a pan-European financial transaction tax on banks should raise over €50 billion a year, but it's also raised the ire of the British, who say they don't want to pay for eurozone mistakes.
Where do most financial transactions in the EU take place? They take place in the City of London. In other words, we are going to be stuck with a bill in order to prop up a currency which we decline to join. We should issue a very clear no way, Jose. It's not our problem. We kept the pound.
After the gyrations of the last few days, European stock markets appear to be taking this in their stride. But this is not an end to the crisis, just a respite in the great European roller coaster ride. Philip Williams, Lateline.